My nail tech knows how to keep a little secret. I don't wish for my success, I speak it. I caught a buzz and you did too, but you tweaking. I look like I've been getting money, how reeking. You smell me, that's LV. Walk around with my chest out and my skin smooth, I'm healthy. I'm in a mix and I'm handshaking, but most of y'all can't help me. Most of y'all ain't wealthy. Most of y'all just dress like it. I caught the vibe that y'all giving off and I'm trying to make myself less like it. This chick got a little Porsche body, I might let the bro test drive it. It's hard for me to get excited. I love music and stress about it. My city haunting, I'm co-signing this wave coming up next out it. Riding around in the shotgun and her Tesla. Hanging both of my legs out it like what's up? I got stakes and they too high now, I can't.
All right, welcome back to the best NFT show in the game. I'm sitting here with a good squad, and we're going to talk the non-fungible token industry here today. Thank you, Jack Harlow, for the intro. I am sitting here with Flubber Rooney, Kagi Jan, Ronan DeCC, and of course, I'm your boy Nifty Q. We are going to, like I said, talk the NFT space. Everybody's kind of doing really cool things in the NFT space, so we're going to touch on that right off the bat. Flubber, we're going to start with you. How are you doing today, my man? Quick intro and what you're up to do this week.
What's up, everybody? Thank you again for having me, Q, and great to be here with all this awesome people. I'm Flubber. I do risk management by day, and I do crypto and NFT by day and night, and I'm here to get into it with y'all. Excited to get rolling.
What you got, Kagi Jan? Oh, you're muted, man.
What up? I got the fucking juice, as always, Ryan. What's up? Glad to be back. I used to, have shows with you, so pretty cool to be back and kind of like reunite after, leaving. But we never really left. We kind of still stay in contact, and, just for the people that don't know, I left, but we're still friends, so it's all good. Yeah, glad to be back.
Awesome. And you guys know me, Ronan, doing the co-host thing for almost 2 years, man. It's been crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm deep in the game of NFTs, working it day and night and on the side and on the weekends and, all the things. So really excited for this week's episode, man. There's so much going on, dude. We got a lot of really good conversations with Bored Apes, like coming out with a land situation, right? You've got the situation with like security, huge security conversation over the weekend, as well as this week with the Bored Apes as well. So a lot of really good conversations for the NFT space as a whole to kind of like just chit chat over.
Yeah, we will be chit chatting. I want to chit chat with you guys in the YouTube chat right now. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Prodigy, Hash Rhymes, Mylene, Alien River. There's a lot of OVOTs this morning, so I appreciate the vibes in the chat. Kagi's in the chat saying yo yo yo. We got XPlow, DeFi Damien saying yo fellow Alvagachi, Arcdan saying yo hello Rage Cage. So guys, a lot of love coming from the community here today. I'm glad that you guys are here today. Look, Ronan usually takes the CTA, but I'll just say it, right? This is the LADZ City Network. We got NFT content all week long. This is NFT Live. We do it twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. If you guys like what you're seeing here, if you like our pretty faces here, some are prettier than others, but leave a sub and definitely leave a like for this episode. And we'll jump into the episode, man. Here's the 3 topics we're going to touch on today. It's going to be Bored Ape Metaverse Sale. We don't know exactly if that means land. There's a lot of people that are saying land. There's a lot of people that are saying codas. No word has been given, but we did get a date, and we got some details that we'll get into. So we'll touch on these content creators here. We'll hit Illuvium. I know Kagi's been tweeting a lot about Illuvium these days. Everybody's trying to get into the beta. I'm sure he's in contact with Kieran for that as well, and they dropped some land details. And then the last thing we'll do is touch on this Akutar drop that just happened and all the fallout from some of that exploit there, and Ronan's got the updates on that. But guys, I want to do one thing real quick before we like kind of transition to those stories. What are you guys up to this week in the NFT space, or have been up to from Kagi's perspective? I want to know what Play To Earn games he's in. So we'll start with Flubber and we'll make our way to Kagi. What are you up to this week, Flub? Oh,
Sorry, I was muted there. Good question though, man. I mean, I've been following along with a bunch of different projects, also some of those that you mentioned. So checking out the V Friends too here. That's going to be an exciting one. See how that takes off. I'm excited to see the new art. It'll be. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better than the last stuff, but yeah, I think there's just so much stuff going on, as Ronan also said. It's tough to keep up to date. But I'm still following along with Star Atlas stuff. I'm following along here with the Illuvium, so it's super stoked to get into that conversation, because Illuvium Land, I think, is going to be sweet.
What you got, Kagi?
Yep. What I got. Well, yeah, I'm working like always, man. You already know I've been here, working for 2 years, past 2 years, every single day, 16 hours a day, just, finding new games and stuff like that. Been playing big time lately. Pretty good game. I don't think the game itself is necessarily, community oriented game, but it's a great game. Right? It's a great game. So sometimes you're going to find that in the NFT world where, you got a great community, but not a great game. For example, Axie, great community, right? Well, at least it had before, but it didn't have a great game. And sometimes you get something like Big Time, which is a great game, but doesn't have the community that feels like Web3. It just feels like a traditional game. And then Illuvium, I think, has both worlds, right? You got a community where the founders are there, they're active, they tweet a lot, they're in the Discord, they're always helping people in the Discord as well, always showing what they're up to in terms of leaks, which is very, very important. Always. They've been doing it for the past year, just showing the whole process until this point. And I'm about to play the beta very, very soon, probably today live on my channel. So I'll be tweeting about that later on if you guys want to join. And yeah, I think Illuvium has both worlds, a great game and a great community. And to be honest, at the beginning, I didn't think they had a great community. But I think over time, they kind of decided to not take shots at any other community and focus on their craft. And I think they're going to become the powerhouse, to be honest. They're going to take over everything. Yeah.
Ronan, you're muted. And before you unmute yourself, too, I want to hear about BitBoy, man.
Yeah, I got to go check out BitBoy Studio because it's right down the street from me, and I'm doing some work with some of the guys that are involved over there. But no, if you want to talk about a place that really makes you inspired, go check this out. And realize this guy started by creating content, right? Like a lot of us obviously here are doing, yeah, it's crazy. It's a studio, dude. They've got little sound stages, they've got places for photos, they've got an entire room for editors, and they've got a little NFT department. So yeah, shout out to BitBoy and his studio and those guys over there. They're a really cool team, honestly. But yeah, outside of that, man, but for me, NFTs has been, so last weekend I tried to get into Akutars. I did get my airdrop, which was nice, but I did not unfortunately be able to jump into the sale. Something I'm surprised we didn't have to talk about was the artifact thing. Did you guys catch the artifact news? How they're coming out with the Nikes or whatever. They dropped the monolith. They opened the monolith, right? So the community opened the monolith opened, and what you ended up with was a pair of what they're calling Nike Dunks, right? First editions, which is this digital metaverse, right? Version of a Nike. Then you got dropped a randomized vial. The vial was they call them skin vials. Those skin vials had, I think, 7 or 8 different traits. Most common was a human trait. Least common, I think, was an alien trait. And there's a bunch in between, including a Murakami, and some other ones. And then you get also a secondary monolith. So I jumped into that as soon as I heard the news. I caught the dip, thankfully. And yeah, so it was a good weekend for me in NFT trading. And then what's coming up this weekend is the Bored Ape.
Yeah, and we're gonna touch on that here, like right now. I guess we can jump into it. Good to hear about what you guys are getting after in the NFT space. It's awesome to get all the different types of alpha, from PFPs to gaming. We had Jared T on last week to talk about NFT music. So I know there is a lot of stuff happening in the NFT space, but we're gonna do our best to break it down. But really, yeah, the big news this week came from Other Side. So and this is otherside.xyz. So this is the website for the sale. Classic Bored Ape Yacht Club. There is no information here, but we did get information on a tweet, which I will pull up here. So this was the long-awaited moment. We saw, Ape token is up to about, I think, $19. There was a huge run-up from about $11 or $12 in preparation for this tweet, essentially, which is the details on how you would get it, the details on what it's going to be priced in, and a couple more pieces. But right off the bat, Dickens is in the chat saying, here for the KYC alpha. And the tweet also says, the KYC on Something is Brewing is going to allow you to take part in Saturday's Mint. And there's a ton of people who didn't KYC themselves. Is this a person who did KYC himself? No. I'm trying to get the audio. There you go. I'm working on it.
No, dude. It's not that I didn't try to KYC. It's that, like, a lot of people, I had issues with the KYC. I had issues with it accepting my address or my license, and then I had an issue with it confirming my address, and it was bad. Yeah. But no, I got backup plans, man. Don't worry about me. I got plenty of 8.
Okay, I got you. All right, so the details here, the sale is going to be on 4/30. That's going to be, I believe, this weekend. Let me check this out. So it's going to be on Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. There are going to be airdrops to holders. We did see that. And then they obviously talked about the only people that can take part in this sale are ones that KYC. This was earlier on, I believe, like a month ago. They opened this up. I think Animoca Brands initially tweeted about it. Dutch auction style, I believe, from... I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Ronan, but I think they said 300 ape was going to be.
They haven't said. It. Price is going to come out at some point this week. We're hoping today, but it doesn't look like today. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah. So a couple more things, and stop me if you see anything that you guys want to touch on. But BAYC and MAYC holders are going to have a free claim, so it's not going to be a straight airdrop. They're going to be able to claim, and there's no KYC for that. Again, ApeCoin is going to be. For that auction. They're talking about security, which of course we'll get into. And yeah, I mean, that's not a ton of details, but it was enough for people to kind of understand that, hey, that we at least have a date and a time for this land sale. So, I mean, I'll open it up. Any details that you saw, Ronan, Flubber, or Kagi on the Metaverse land sale, or I guess ape sale, we don't really know what it is for, that you want to touch on?
Yeah, I think every single project. Look, I'm not really big into Bored Apes, right? So I don't have a lot to talk here. I actually went into the Discord, I think like 2 days ago live, and I told them, hey, are you guys gonna provide any utility for cyberconks? And I got banned. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I got timed out, but I did it on purpose. I knew it was gonna happen. Like I pinched them a little bit, just to mess around, just to see how sensitive they are, right? Sometimes people don't get trolls, right? Like they don't get it, but it was funny. But anyways, I feel like KYC, I'm not for it, but we're gonna be seeing a lot of that in many projects. So you gotta get used to it. And if you're a Bored Ape, you're into Bored Ape, you're going to do whatever you got to do to get your whatever asset is going to be. Like you said, we don't know. Looks like a land. But for me personally, I'll just wait for secondary market. And, the land prices are going to rise like crazy. It's hard to tell if it's going to hold their value. But, like being Bored Apes, it probably will. That's the problem. I don't think there's going to be a big dip ever. So I don't know. I'm just going to wait and see what's up. I have no other input on that, to be honest.
I think the precedents that it sets where you expect folks to KYC without telling them what they're KYCing for. I think that's kind of a strange precedent to set. But I get that it's part of getting the alpha, I guess. If you got to take the risk. I mean, I worked with privacy for like 3 years, so I'm not gonna give people my information without knowing why or what they're gonna do with it. But I completely get why people would do it, and in this case, it's paid off, right?
Great point.
Yeah, I think like the more interesting question to me is why you need to KYC, right? Like if it's a land sale, then why do you have to KYC for this one, but we haven't had to KYC for Sandbox, for instance, right? So like I think the interesting conversation, in my opinion, is more so like why did you have to KYC for whatever they're selling this weekend? And around that speculation, there's been a lot thrown around, whether or not it's to buy land, and because you're buying land, in some jurisdictions maybe it's required. I don't really understand, and that's where like people are like, okay, and is there going to be a secondary market? Because if you had to KYC for the primary market, then why would you be able to just pick up like an asset on the secondary market without KYC, right? Which leads me to the secondary part, which I think you've got the pitch deck, right? Like in the pitch deck, it talks about the idea that they have about this metaverse and how ApeCoin is kind of like the core, right? So what if along with having to like, purchase an ApeCoin, the drop is also on their own marketplace, right? And if you hit the little square on the right of that, yeah, it'll bring it. And if it's on their own marketplace, then maybe you have to KYC to get on that marketplace. And then once you get on the marketplace, you're able to purchase on the secondary, and everything has to be done via ApeCoin. I'm not sure. I don't know. We're trying to figure it out, right? Like I think like the whole like community is trying to figure out like what this whole situation is, and to Flubber's point, like it does, me personally, makes me feel super uncomfortable that like, I mean, I didn't get the KYC anyways, right? But like they still haven't said what the hell this is. All they've said is like, hey, the KYC that you did is specifically for this weekend. Yeah, you're getting to the metaverse stuff now. And so what is it for? How's it going to work? I mean, we can talk a little bit about like what the speculation is around like how the land is going to work.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah. I think we can,
no coders?
we can stay in this conversation because it's a lot of people are commenting in the chat. Shout out to, I think, the 32 of you that showed up early here. We pressed live about 10 minutes ago. Dickenza is saying, if absolutely everyone thinks Ape Land is going to be huge, is there any room for a counter argument? Too much quantity? ? Too long to develop? Apex is in the house saying juice. Prodigy saying Ape is at 1770. What do we? I'll touch on one thing and we'll continue in this convo. I don't think that they turned down anyone via this KYC, but if I had to bet, it would probably be because of some type of revenue share down the line. I think a lot of people have talked about revenue share from the game going to the landowners, and that would need to be subject to KYC. So that's my guess on that one. But I'll continue. I'll leave the floor open for you guys. And
how do you handle secondary, right? Because now if I own the land and I just sell the land, can't I just go to OpenSea and sell it to some anon? Right? Like, and now you have an anon who owns a piece of land who's going to get rev share. So like that's like,
but then Yuga's not putting themselves in that scenario. It's a secondary market piece. They're just removing the risk from themselves. I'm sure Flubber knows more about risk than all three of us combined. But
Ronan, it's kind of the same thing with Coinbase. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I think there's a delay here.
No, I was just gonna say they're at least in some way, they're going to kind of release the liability on themselves as an organization for anything you do. It's like when you buy a car or any other item, right? As soon as you take that item and sell it to someone else, well, it's not the producer's responsibility anymore. So I can see maybe they had a legal team going, we suggest you do it this way.
It's like Coinbase or Binance, right? You could buy anything there. Right? You KYC into Coinbase, you KYC into Binance, FTX, and then you could just send it to a decentralized wallet and swap it on Uniswap or Radium on Solana or whatever, and then somebody else has it without KYC, right? So it's exactly the same thing. I don't see a problem there. I think like Rooney said, yeah, it's about that first kind of line of people buying. They're taking no risk there. So
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And to the point, Dickenza's, they asked if absolutely everybody thinks Ape Land is going to be huge. Is there any room for counter argument? Is it too much quantity? Is it loot too long to the dev? My thing is like, we don't have any idea. Like, we have no idea how far other side is along. We have no idea who's involved. We don't know how big the development team is, right? All we know is that they have these really big aspirations. And to their point, that what's really missing, right? Like in the metaverse is like this core like purpose, right? And so they're building this through the NFT projects, like all the ones they partnered with in this video, right? That you saw. So it's going to be interesting for sure. In my opinion, I don't like to what Kagi said earlier. I can't imagine a world where like if you get in and you buy, whether this is land, whether it's codas, that this is a bad play, right? Not financial advice, but like when we're talking about like, does this have staying, regardless of the quantity, regardless of if they say it's going to be 4 or 5 years to like, you know, get there, like right now, initially, I think like we see what we usually see with their stuff. It's like it's going to go, it's going to increase, and I don't see it like decreasing unless we hit some like really shit.
It's gonna moon. It's gonna moon. I'm just gonna moon, but
yeah.
Based on everything that we have seen in NFTs and tokens as well, it goes like this, boom, and then it comes down. You know, and I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait for that moment and see if it's something I even like. I'm tired of buying stuff like, you know, during these 2 years, I've been buying like stuff that, you know, let's see what happens. No, now I want to know kind of like, what's the vision? What's the vision here? Because, you know, I want to feel connected with what I'm buying. Even if I'm trying to make money too, I want to have both things in what I'm buying. Feel connected and also the ability to sell because it's a good product, right? Not just like, oh, it's a good product, I want to sell it. I want to feel connected to it. So I'm looking for both things at the same time.
Yeah, I want to get to two comments here that are super important to today's conversation. Bryson is saying, "Oh my God, Kagi looks kind of cute," and also he's saying it sucks being American, which I agree. I mean, there are a lot of times that the U.S. investors being left behind here. There have been multiple times in DeFi summer where we weren't able to get in because of certain KYC requirements. So yeah, it does kind of in the investing environment suck to be an American sometimes. A little bit of an alpha tweet or some tweet that has some alpha in it within this alpha piece or this other side meta piece. Let me see and make sure I get this. It had to do with the lockup. Do we see that anywhere, Ronan?
I don't know where it's at here, but essentially they said all of the ape that is generated from the sale, and remember the entire sale is in ape coin, all of the ape is going to be locked up for 1 year. So from the point that they receive it to a year from now, it's locked.
Yeah, and that's such an alpha move by these guys. I mean, trust me, like they've made a ton of money, so it's not a lot of skin off their back. But to not have this be priced in ETH and actually be priced in their token is taking the supply, I believe 10% is kind of some of the early predictions from this off of the market. 10% of the circulating supply off the freaking market.
That's good. That's actually so. I never seen a project do that right off the bat. Like, for example, Sandbox had their token for a while, right? And until later on, they started using their own token for sales and stuff like that. The fact that they did it so quick, that's really incredible. They use their own token and believe in their own token, and it just makes sense, right? Like, yeah, people have to buy it.
Let's touch on that because Illuvium is doing some of that as well. And I want to get your take, Flubber, in Ronan. What do you make of Bored Ape doing this in Ape token instead of what most people thought was going to be ETH, right? Like most people predicted this sale is going to be an ETH or a combination of ETH or Ape. What's your take?
I think it's a really smart move. I mean, it makes sense. Keep people in your ecosystem, get new people into the ape coin that maybe didn't have enough or didn't get enough because of the apes. I think there was also a comment in the chat about, what about the non-ape holders? Can they still get in? Is the second, and that kind of leads me to the question, will the secondary sales of this also be within their little universe and only an ape? Is that are they going to be able to lock it down like that? Because it does feed back to all the ape holders and the whole DAO and everything. So I think it's a really, really smart move for them as an organization.
Yeah, I think that what you end up with is like just a really good move, and to the point, like, you know, if they do lock this down in their own ecosystem, and now you take out all that ape, right? Like that's just you're creating more and more value, right? And I think, I don't know, man. It's going to be a really interesting weekend. It's going to be a really interesting buildup as they release more and more information. You know, I think it's very possible that they say this is not only going to be an ape, it's going to be on our own marketplace, and that marketplace utilizes ApeCoin, and you've got to have ApeCoin to partake in secondary now too, right? I don't think that you'll need an ape for the sale this weekend. I think all you had to do was KYC, so you're going to have a KYC'd wallet, and you're going to have ApeCoin, right? So that's how, like, that was their kind of like give back to the community. Like the apes who weren't able to get into the sale was like, yo, but at least like you have the ape that's required to purchase this anyway. So I do know a handful of ape holders who are like, man, like I'm just gonna have to work out like a deal, and I'm you know, gonna have to get somebody who did KYC to like pick up some assets for me or whatever, and get into that Coda lottery.
Yeah. So
wait. Can I steal KYC?
No.
Or no? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they closed KYC like a month ago too, dude. I know.
Are you kidding me, dude?
The whole thing is, well, and it's, you know, again, FOMO, right? FOMO is a hell of a drug.
No, I was gonna, you know, provide the service. You know, since I'm international, I could do both. You know, I could do KYC, and you know, I would have bought it for you.
A smart KYC person is taking advantage of this opportunity.
That's what I do want to talk about, just from a technical perspective before we move on to some of these other things. And great comments in the chat as well, man. Keep it coming. Details on like, is there a cap per wallet? Because the people that did KYC, some of us did. Well, how much can we get? And like, are there deals being made with people that didn't KYC that can hop on to my train if I want to, you know, take care of them? Not that I would ever do that, Yuga Labs or the SEC. But if that did happen, how would that work, Ronan?
You work out. Look, man, hit the DMs. I do think two things. One, I do think there is going to be a mint limit per wallet, and I do think two, like, if you've got Ape and you don't have a KYC wallet, then you can definitely reach out, man. I put a tweet out there just saying, oh, I'm screwed, I didn't KYC, and I had like 3 of the homies come through, one of which is like hanging out in chat, and was like, yo, I KYC'd. Like, if you need, I'm not going to mint the max probably. So if you want to throw in, it's like whatever. I had another dude was like, I'll stream it live so you know which one's yours. Because like, okay, so we didn't talk about the speculation of what this could. 2 things that I think are really important to that point. One, everybody's talking about it like land. Land is the thing. No, we don't know 100% yet. All they've said is that there's going to be the other side sale. It's going to be tied to, it's going to be accessible by only people who KYC'd, and it's going to be Ape. And then beyond that, we don't know like the metrics, we don't know the cost or anything like that. But the suggestion or what people are getting from that pitch deck that you just went through is that it's going to be land. And part of buying the land is much like those monoliths, where when you buy the land, you're going to get the land, and there's going to be a slot, if you will, that is going to be able to possibly roll the opportunity to get a coda. Anyone who's asking about codas, what the fuck is a coda? A coda is that little flying thing that carries the ape around in the trailer that Q played a little bit earlier. Essentially, it looks to me like it's going to be like their metaverse Tamagotchi play, like their Neopet, right? Like, to me, it seems like it's going to be the companion. Some people have talked about whether or not it plays into PFPs from other, right? Like, maybe if you have a coda and a cool cat, which was also in that trailer, this is a coda carrying him after he drinks it. Yep, that guy. That's a coda. And we do know there's going to be rarities and stuff like that. So who knows, man?
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. It could actually be, who knows? Maybe not even land. Maybe it could be like items.
It could be straight up coders.
Imagine just free land for everybody, but the items are limited. Like the items that you could put in your land, like a kitchen or something that you could like use to craft, and then people have to go to your land to craft or whatever. Like who knows? They could go many ways. It doesn't look like it's going to be like that, but if you look at something like Gala Games, for example, going into Gala Games, they have the land plots, and then inside the land plots you can actually have like an archery station or a station for these are like different land plots that you could put inside like a deed, right? So they might be selling those type of things, right? Not necessarily like
or different
land
like
plots
resources, right?
Yeah,
It
resources.
could be
Who knows?
a functioning Soul Cities.
I don't know. I'm just throwing
damn
things
it.
out there.
I need to have like taps queued up because I keep trying to find it. We have so many moments we could play taps, but yeah, thanks, Ronan. Appreciate it. All right,
we're also like the Meta Cryptopolis, or I don't know if you guys have followed along with the Solana project Genopets, but same thing. They have the Genesis habitats, and on those they can then create these different tokens that are then used for your Genopet, and that's that whole Move to Earn project. Pretty funky, but
yeah, I remember that project.
Yeah, I remember too.
Hey, so
there's one right now like that.
So we're gonna hop out of here. Great points, all around. The last thing I want to get your take on, and let's be lightning with this one because we do have two more topics we want to hit. We had another exploit, or I would say hack, right? And these people, please stop doing this. Please stop doing this. The Bored Ape Yacht Club Instagram was hacked, and people actually signed a transaction off a link that appeared in the profile once the profile was hacked. And it looks like we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 apes completely hacked.
Stupid.
I think Yuga's gonna do something here to help these people out because they just have unlimited money. But stop doing this. And if you guys have any takes on this little hack here. I don't know what else to say, but stop like FOMOing into just random links that you don't know about.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like how do people do? The thing is that's the thing about. Okay, I'm gonna criticize a little bit the Bored Ape community. The Bored Ape community. The thing about the Bored Ape community that I never liked is the amount of people that are not native to Web3, and it's okay that you're onboarding them, but a lot of them are so brain dead. They're so brain dead they don't even know what's going on in NFTs at all. And this is a perfect example. I was in NFT NYC last year, and the person that I was going up in the elevator with was a lady that she was a lawyer, right? With some other lawyers, but she had a Bored Ape, and she came from the traditional art industry or whatever. But she's like, oh yeah, I bought this Bored Ape because like. It looks to be like the hot thing right now, but she had no idea anything about NFT. She just bought it because of the hype and stuff like that. And I was like, now I get the type of people that are in here. There's value. Well, of course, she's valuable because she's a really good lawyer in the art business, traditional art business. So you get to meet those people. True, but at the same time, it's like they have no interest in Web3, right? She actually was speaking about bringing laws into this new art form. I was like, bro, nobody wants laws here. Like, relax.
Flubber and Ronan, I want to get your take really quick on this, but just to piggyback off Kaggy's point, Kaggy, I think there's like a stat out there, like 60 or 65% of Bored Ape owners, that's their only NFT. It's some crazy stat like that.
You see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I just kind of intuitively, I understood at that moment in that elevator. I'm like, wait, these people are, they're new to this.
Yeah.
And they have Bored Apes. Holy crap. Which is a good thing. But at the same time, this is the result of that, right? Them clicking a link and signing transactions because they don't know anything.
Well, from the corporate life, I can say a lot of smart people do stupid things. Phishing campaigns, we run them at work because people fall for them. We have to we have all sorts of software that's meant to prevent and scan links and throw them through scanning systems. But you can't do that on the Web3. It's an open world. If you click that link, there's no company. Yuga isn't going to protect you. You go in and you sign that safe transfer. That's that. So I don't know. I mean, I pour one out for ATL 3333, losing 3 apes right there like that quick. Oof. Ouch. I mean,
that's crazy,
but dude. And MetaMask could probably help by being a little more transparent in what exactly is going to happen when you sign that transaction. But I still think like the ultimate responsibility is on the user in this space. You have to go in, you have to read. Don't click any stupid links, people, please. For the love of God, don't do it.
But let me tell you something. It even goes further than that, because I know people that there's somebody that has been here for like 8 years, dude, and a friend sent them a GIF like on Discord or something like that. And this guy's a pro. He's a coder. He works in cyberconks. He worked for YGG, and he just opened this GIF from a friend. They were playing a game, and oh, check out this GIF, and he clicked on it, and this guy is a pro, like pro crypto native, like coder, like the best of the best, and he got hacked by just clicking. Just it's a simple concept. Do not click on anything, no matter what. You gotta search for yourself. What I do is I search on Twitter right away. Search on Twitter. Oh, there's a land sale. Okay, let me go to the actual Bored Ape. Well, the thing is that this is official Bored Ape too on Instagram. That's crazy. Yeah, it's so hard.
That's the thing. Like it's an official Bored Ape on Instagram. It was posted. If I remember what they said, is like posted as a story. And then but to your, for me, do your own research, right? Like it doesn't matter where the hell it's posted. Now you need to go to Discord. Now you need to go to Twitter. Now you need to see if anybody else is talking about this shit, or you need to think to yourself, this is a space that has millions of dollars floating around. Maybe that's not a real link. And it sucks. I had a personal friend who did it. I literally helped him for an hour get his shit out of his wallet, dude. And he was paranoid the whole time, and it was like, and it's a young kid who's like, this is like literally like, think about that, dude.
That's his move. That's his bag.
100 grand right now. That's his start. That is his life. That is where, and he's just waiting for the moment. And he's like, dude, I haven't taken any profits. The whole time he's kicking himself in the ass while I'm trying to get him to focus on like, yo, you got to enter your fucking keys into your ledger, dude. Focus. Let's focus.
This made me think too, like all these websites all these games now that are like, combining email with your MetaMask together. Like Illuvium has that, Axie Infinity has that, Galaxy FICO has that, where you log in with your email, but you also link your wallet. Like these websites can get hacked, and you might be in the dashboard, the Illuvium dashboard. Like, okay, I'm in the Illuvium dashboard, cool. Like, how much security are they actually implementing into the websites, right? These websites can all get hacked, and then we all click a link and all get destroyed here. So it can happen to literally anybody in reality. So, I take back saying that Bored Ape people are dumb. You're not that dumb.
Arc99 is saying, I'm afraid to click links and I don't even have much. LOL. Almighty Bisty is saying, you can dodge a million scams, but one moment of distraction over years is all it takes. So guys, keep the comments coming here as we move into the next piece. And guys, we have about 10 minutes left, and we have 2 topics, so we got to be a little bit quick, but it's tough. Maybe I don't know what we do, but the first topic is going to be that Illuvium came out with details about the land sale about an hour ago. This literally just dropped. I'm going to play a trailer that describes some of it, and then we're going to go into the website and get some takes on the upcoming Illuvium land sale. All right, so we will touch on this Illuvium land piece. As you can see, there's going to be 5 tiers of systems, and I'll let our resident, NFT gamer extraordinaire here, Kagi, break a lot of this down. But basically, we have 5-tier systems. 0 is going to be kind of free for most people to kind of experience the game, but there's going to be 20,000 land plots initially in this sale that are going to be up with different elements, different fuel sites, which are essentially areas where you can claim resources. There's specific landmarks, like Tier 5 is going to have an arena where there's going to be Illuvium tournaments, and you'll be able to get some resources if people use that. But Kagi, let me know what your thoughts are, man. We've been waiting for this Illuvium Land piece for a while, and I'll share some highlights of gameplay as well that has been dropped from that profile.
No, definitely. I gotta give it to Illuvium, man. Gotta give it to Illuvium. Illuvium not only, I'm gonna give more information other than the land. Illuvium not only from the beginning implemented a kind of like a DAO into their game, which the land came through the DAO. Like, they proposed it, people said yes, let's do it. And for the people that don't understand the land, why the land gameplay is basically the nodes that will generate the resources that you're gonna have to use within this game that you're watching right now to craft different things, and also for the open world. There's also an open world. So all those resources that you farm on the land, you're gonna have to use it in the other game modes. So it's like a circular economy, right? Now, if you want to get one of those pets and use it in the battle, in the arena, you actually have to go to the open world and get those pets. So some people might not want to play the open world, right? I'm looking forward to the open world. I'm probably not going to play anything else. So I'm probably going to go buy from the people that like the land gameplay, right? The people that have phones, because it's going to be a mobile. The people that have phones are going to go farm their resources every single day, and they're going to sell it to me, the person that goes into the open world. And maybe I don't want to play arena, so I'll just sell the pets that I find in the open world to the people that want to compete. So it's an economy for everybody. And I love it. I love it because it opens the doors to everybody. There you got it, the open world. So there's 3 game modes, and the land is very, very important because that's where you get the resources to craft a bunch of things in the other game modes. So
yeah,
pretty cool concept.
Yeah, I want to continue getting your thoughts as we're playing this other video out. But Flubber, before we press live, man, you said you were a big Pokemon fan. You own a lot. You still own a lot of Pokemon collectibles. What do you make of Illuvium, man? Do we have a winner here?
Yeah, I mean, this is how I would want Pokemon to be. The game, that dynamic modes also that Kagi is talking about. It's gonna be sweet, I think. I could see in the chat not everyone's super hyped as we are, but I think they've found something here that is going to be able to cater to all sorts of players and all sorts of people that are trying to invest and all people that are just trying to have fun. So I'm one of those that are pretty excited.
Ronan, your
yeah,
take?
some people. Go ahead, Ronan. My bad.
No, you're good. Dude, no, I think like if you're gonna, we talk about like why do you jump into specific projects, right? For me, like Illuvium is run by like some of the oldest OGs in the space, some people who have been here for a while, who have kind of been part of some projects that have tried different different approaches and things to their ecosystems and things. So when it comes down to like, who am I going to like really like follow? Who am I going to throw some of my own, liquidity into? Like Illuvium is looking better and better. And like, when you see the picture, right? Like I love this trailer because it shows the full picture. It's like, it's to Kagi's point, it's like the land that produces the resources that then allows you to raise these animals that then you can raise, and those become stronger that you can then fight in an arena that is on land that then produces. So you've got this really good cycle. And I think that what we're really lacking from a lot of games that are launched as strictly play to earn is that they don't think through that entire cycle and how that cycle plays out over time, right? What we're seeing with Axie Infinity is like now like people are priced out of the system. Like you have to have all these like gimmicks, like fucking these, the scholarships. Like it just becomes like, how do we continue to patch this boat, right? And in my opinion, these guys are doing it right from the start. They're thinking about the entire cycle of a game, right, from start to finish, and what that looks like and how it feels. Hopefully, it plays out well. I think this is one of those things that's going to be trial and error for a while, man. Unfortunately, there's probably going to be a lot of these that come and go that failed miserably because the economies are going to play more of a part than the game itself. Which is why I'm a huge advocate for like NFTs should just be like the asset, the flavor, the thing that I can like work towards, earn, and then go and sell if I don't want it anymore, right? They just need to be the skins, so like the masses can come in and get it, right?
Yeah.
Like it needs to be that surface level. Blankos has got the right like formula. They haven't gotten the adoption, right?
Yeah.
No,
but yeah.
Hit it, Kagi.
Yeah, but the thing is about this economy, I think it's gonna work. But like you said, we gotta wait and see. It's gonna be a lot of trial and error, but it makes a lot of sense. I do not want to play the land gameplay, but I am excited to be like, okay, some of the people that live in Venezuela or in other parts, a little bit, upcoming economies, right? They have phones. They probably don't have the best PC. They cannot play the open world, but they will farm the resources. They'll take care of the land, and then they'll sell me the resources that I need because I like the open world, right? So there is a value there in those resources because I need them. But I don't want to be on my little phone every single day. I'd rather somebody else that is willing to do that sell me those resources. And then I also don't want to compete. So I'm probably not going to keep the pets. I'll sell it to the people that only want to compete. You think competitive players are going to go into the open world? Not necessarily. They just want to buy the best pets out there so they can compete at the highest level. So they don't have time for that. So there's a game mode for everybody, and I like it. There's value everywhere.
Yeah, I want to push back against Adri here, who is saying like the game looks like Command and Conquer. We showed a highlight earlier, and I'll pull it up here on the screen. Like the actual gameplay of the battle system looks amazing. I've seen some open world concepts as well, Kagi, and it looks like it from that third person mode. It looks like World of Warcraft. They're using Unreal Engine. It looks better than World of Warcraft in my opinion. It's going to take a little bit longer till their launch, but the question I want to pose to all three of you is Illuvium the first, quote unquote AAA game in your mind? Like with these graphics, we haven't seen it in the NFT space yet, in my opinion. And that's the pushback we get from a lot of gamers, is that it's all like kind of pixelated stuff. And now I want to give a quick shout out to Avagachi here. I mean, they're fucking awesome, and it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, what the graphics look like. Some of the best games of all time are on N64. So it's to me, the graphics don't mean that much, but for most gamers, they want to see something like you're seeing on the screen here. Is Illuvium the first AAA, game in your mind to launch?
Yeah, it's one of those for sure. I mean, Big Time is kind of there, but Illuvium it's a native Web3, real Web3 game that is AAA, good quality. It's just all over good quality. All over. It has it all right now. It really does has it all. I used to be a critic of Illuvium because they came in blazing like, yo, we're gonna be the best here. What's up? We're gonna do it in 6 months. I was like, yo, you're not doing this shit in 6 months. Come on, like shut the fuck up, right? But over time, I kind of understood that it's just the desire and the drive that they have. Nobody else has it like Illuvium. Like the team in Illuvium, they just want it. They want it. Those people work hard as shit. So, all over AAA, baby, all over, in my opinion.
I've been pretty impressed following them on their Discord, also with the constant updates of the models and following along there. But I also think, yeah, like Ronan, you said, what a team behind it. I think the graphics look good. I'm not the biggest fan of auto battlers like that, but I think there'll be other components that I think are more interesting. So I'm going to be excited about that. And that's kind of going back to the Pokemon. I like being able to choose the moves and fight. That's the same thing with like the Averick Saga thing I was playing. It was just as the mini game, it just kind of gets dull if you just click and then sit there and watch. But I think maybe the game will evolve over time. I'm excited to see more details about the actual gameplay, because World of Warcraft, if you want to get into that level, then there's also going to be a little more interaction from the players. It's going to be, you're going to have to actually play. It's not just sit and click and put them in. But I think graphics wise, it's the most impressive NFT game I've come across so far. Not that they've fully launched or anything, but I think they're the ones that are getting there.
What about the open world? You like it? Would you? Is that something that you would play? I mean, bro, that open world looks fucking insane. And I told Kieran, bro, if you make that open world into an MMO later on, forget it. Like, you have it all right there. You're gonna have it all, because I don't know if you ever heard of No Man's Sky, or you've ever seen that game. That game, the only thing that is missing, although it has co-op, the only thing that game is missing is literally MMO with more people, right? And I feel like Illuvium can tap into that, make it an MMO, and it could be insane. It could be insane. So right now it's only a single player, so it's kind of like, eh.
Ronan, close us out on this topic.
With your Illuvial, or sorry.
Yeah. I think, man, I just always like to think about like everybody who's like been in the game doing the thing, right? Like, so if you say AAA game and we're talking about that, then I think you got to give that to probably Blankos, like, right? Like, I mean, they've had like a legit like launch.
Good
like
call.
They've had this up for over a year now, right? Like they've had their you call it, their platform up and running. I mean, they've got a good system. The marketplace is up and going. As far as like AAA, right now, if you don't consider those AAA, then I would say like we're still looking for a real AAA. And in my opinion, the real AAA, like NFT, bridge the gap to like the teens and the masses, is going to be, to DeFi's point, something more like a Fortnite that launches and then is like, oh, by the way, sign up with your email address. You're going to be given like a 2-step authentication process. And that's because every skin that you purchase is backed by a digital asset. And that digital asset you can do with as you please. You can use it on your character, or you can go to the secondary market. And that's going to be it. It's going to be a Fortnite with a skin aspect. And that's going to be how we get people to understand how this shit works. Then we're going to start getting into like the really deep play to earn mechanics, the like land sales, the, resources and all this other stuff, right? Like, I think eventually in 10, 15 years, like when my kid is, 18, 20 years old, they're going to be playing games exactly like Illuvium, right? But that are going to be launched at a AAA level with the graphics and the network and everything to support it. Because I think that's just where we're going. Like, people are tired of working real fucking jobs, right? Like, we'd much rather live in fucking, these areas of life where you can enjoy life and still make money.
Yeah, you hit it on the Blankos
the problem
piece. Go ahead.
Blankos is not Web3 though. It's barely Web3. Like, I can't even see my NFTs. Like, I can't verify it. Like, same thing with Big Time right now. I call it NFTs, whatever, but I hope they put that on. I can actually see my NFT skins. How many are there? Where was it transferred from? Right? That's all valuable. Because if you know that NFT skin was transferred from Ninja's account to your account, you're like, yo, this is valuable. Ninja's account had it, now it's mine. Like, come on, you need all that info. And if that info's not there, then we're not in Web3, right? And Blankos also
it's available on the marketplace, right? Like, so you can see it on the marketplace, but I don't know.
Can you verify
it? Block Explorer. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know if they have an open block Explorer. Like, that's like where it comes from, right?
I think they're using EOS tech,
that's what
right?
I'm saying. I don't know. They're using it's like a side. They split off their own version of like EOS, So
yeah, but I don't think it's available. Like, I never seen like, oh, here you can actually it's
a private chain for sure.
Yeah.
So they could say,
Web3,
there's 30
and then that's the conversation, right? Because then you talk
Oh.
about how do we get to mass adoption? Is it through true, fully blown Web3 experiences, or are you always gonna have a Web 2 like aspect? And what is that?
Hybrid for sure.
Right, definitely hybrid, but like, how deep is that hybrid?
Yeah.
And is it Illuvium, right, where it's like it's all built with like NFTs and experience, or are you looking at, in my personal opinion, I just want to play a damn game that's got digitally owned assets. Like, I don't want all this other fucking shit where an economy becomes a problem, right? Like, I don't want my NFTs to produce other NFTs that now have to be burned to reduce supply, that now have to be staked to do this. I want to play a game where if I spend $15 on a skin because I'm in beta and they don't produce it anymore, 2 years later when there's 1 million, 2 million, 5 million people playing, that $15 skin is worth couple $100.
Agreed.
Crypto Buffalo came in here and was saying that it should be play and earn, not play to earn, right? Like you should be able to earn while playing. That shouldn't be the main goal.
I love that. I love that. Buffs to the man.
Yeah, that's a new narrative.
The Illuvium decks, right? It's all going to be on their decks.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Illuvium, I think, is pushing towards more Web3 for sure, and I like it. I think it's a little bit more technical, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I'm downloading the game today, so
I cannot wait. Hopefully, we can get Kieran on again.
Bro. What's up with that?
Hey, there's another comment in the chat as well. I got
you.
I think Adri is saying Phantom Galaxies, which we want to give a big shout out to, because that one's going to be a big player as it is starting to come out. Land sale imminently.
I gotta check that shit.
Yeah. So we'll I guess we have to say that we're like investors in Phantom Galaxies if I'm bringing it up. But guys, this has been an amazing NFT Live. Honestly, one of our best. Great lineup here. Great thoughts. I thought we went down some good rabbit holes, but kept it on topic. The Akutar stuff we would have loved to hit, but we are like right at an hour, so we need to get going here, unfortunately. But we're thinking about maybe we can get 3 times a week for NFT Live. Maybe Savage can host one of these if we get enough people who want to, do it each week. We can up the amount of NFT Lives you're getting each week. But Kagi, Flubber, Ronan, you guys did amazing this week. I do want to see, since Kagi said that he was, only going to be a hunter. I love this new paradigm of streaming. Where you get to watch people make or lose money. So Kagi, I want to see you like find a $100,000 alluvial in the wild, and then what happens if you catch it or you don't, man. That's the content. That's the content I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be content and economies within the content creation different. There's gonna be different aspects to it. When you watch Fortnite, you kind of watch the same thing. Right, like people going into the battle royale, whatever. But this with Illuvium, I'm excited because there's people that are gonna play more arena. Some people are gonna play a little bit more open world. Some people might play the 3 of them, a little bit of everything. Right. I'm gonna be focused more on the open world because I feel like exploration, connects with the viewers. People like to see a story behind a stream. Like if you watch a 5-hour stream, you want to see a progression, right? When it comes to arena modes, it's always about ranking. That's the only story behind it. But in an open world, it's like, did I catch this alluvial or not? Now I need to get this resource. Now I need to craft this. So there's a lot going on, and there's a progression to it that people get attached to, So I'm excited for it.
I echo the sentiments, man. Kieran, give me my beta access now, please. Flubber, I'm going to let you go, and then Ronan, you're going to close us out, and we will get up out of here. But yeah, guys, any last words before we get out of here?
No, I just, keep yourselves protected, everyone. Don't fall for any of these scams, and do your own research, and keep at it. I mean, This is a great time still to use condoms. Yeah, that too, I guess. But yeah, it's nice being on here again. Thank you for having me, and thank you to the chat. You guys have been awesome.
Yep. So if you click links, just make sure you're reading the transaction before you sign it. That's all I got to say. Shout out to everybody who hung out. Platanito, DeFi, Asmodi, Audrey. Thank you so much for all of y'all dropping in. That's our vibe, our tribe. See you next week.
I don't wish for my success, I speak it. I caught a buzz and you did too, but you tweaking. I look like I've been getting money, how reeking. You smell me, that's LV. Walk around with my chest out and my skin smooth, I'm healthy. I'm in a mix and I'm handshaking, but most of y'all can't help me. Most of y'all ain't wealthy. Most of y'all just dress like it. I caught the vibe that y'all giving off, and I'm trying to make myself less like it. This chick got a little Porsche body, I might let the bro test drive it. It's hard for me to get excited. I love music and stress about it. My city hauling, I'm co-signing this wave coming up next out it. Riding around in the shotgun and her Tesla, hanging both of my legs out it like what's up.